We're approaching Memphis, Tennessee.
It's awesome arriving in Memphis. We can smell New Orleans, so we're getting pretty excited.
Oh, holy shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, eh? To wake up this morning with the Mississippi, with the fog rolled over it the way it is, it's incredible.
Well, we're here in Natchez, Mississippi.
Last supply stop, man. That's it.
Brother.
We have about 300 miles to go. This trip's almost over.
Definitely a stupid move, man.
My name is Brian, and this is my best buddy, and his name is Brian too.
Out of all the water in the world, only 1% is fresh water. It's all we got, and we want to explore all of it.
So we've decided to start with a trip that's never been done before. A 4,000-mile journey from Milk River, Alberta, all the way down to New Orleans, Louisiana.
Oh, and did I mention we're gonna do it in a canoe?
Think we're crazy? You're right. We're the paddling Bryans. Time to ship out. Last leg of the journey. Have another great time in Natchez.
Honestly, it's really hard to leave Natchez. We love this place, and I mean, I could move here. But unfortunately, we made commitments to be in New Orleans in 9 days, and we have no choice now. We gotta be there, because otherwise our lift's going back to Montreal, and if we're not there, we're hitchhiking the whole way.
We definitely have to make this deadline because the alternative to this is hitching a ride home on a barge or something. We have no choice. We got to be there for the date that we set. We had a bit of a storm last night. With our new fly for our tent, it doesn't hold up so well in the high winds. As you can see, it's pretty well mangled. Luckily the winds let down a bit. It also kind of blew our canoe half in the water, which is a good thing we tie our canoe up every night, because we would have lost that, and without that we couldn't make it to New Orleans. We spent an extra day in Natchez, which we shouldn't have. We gave our fathers a date that we would be in New Orleans, so we have to be there in 6 days under a tight schedule. We've been trying to track as much distance as possible on the river lately. The past couple days have been 2 really big days, and we're just gonna have to keep that up, I guess.
I'm most worried that Baton Rouge is just going to be real slow, and we're going to hit some headwinds, and it's just going to make the last few days just real tough and a lot of hard work. But I mean, there's been enough times that it's been real tough on this trip, so it shouldn't be that bad.
We've been out here for 6 months, and now I can finally say we're a week away. No matter what happens, we have to be a week away. We have to be there on that date. So half a year of the craziest adventure I've ever been on, and it's all coming to an end within 7 days.
Feels awesome to be on the last leg of the journey. I can't even describe the feeling of being that close. We've been at this for, over 5 months, and now we actually looks like we might make it all the way to New Orleans. Best feeling of my life.
I'm loving it, but I'm also kind of sad that the journey's coming to an end. I mean, I want to keep going. Here we go.
It's really intimidating, this part of the Mississippi River. I mean, after Baton Rouge, it's basically nothing but a port all the way to New Orleans. And to see some of these ocean liners right next to you, it's kind of scary. You know, we're a little fish in a really big pond.
Well, we're here right now outside of Baton Rouge. It's the last leg of our trip. We've been kind of warned by some people that once we got this far south, that the Mississippi became a shipping channel, and that we'd start seeing some really big boats out here. I mean, we had to deal with some pretty big barges, but we were kind of a little bit apprehensive or nervous or whatever about the size of the ships we'd see. And sure enough, as soon as we got here, we haven't even made it into town of Baton Rouge yet, and two huge ocean liners docked here at the docks.
It's really something else to be out here canoeing next to these huge ships. I mean, these are ships that cross the ocean. That's why they're called ocean liners, right? And we're within a paddle's distance from these things, and it's impressive, but it's also pretty intimidating to know that the captains of these ships can't even see us. But I don't know, it's something else out here right now.
I think barges, like, as far as surface area goes, barges have got to be a lot bigger. It's just, these have the height and the V-shaped bottom that pulls all that water, eh? Yeah. And they track so much deeper. Look at this one. It's 32 feet underwater. I like our boat better.
Pretty well, and then the Coast Guard pulled up.
We get kind of nervous at this point. You know, we're wondering, like, really, are they going to show up and tell us that we're not allowed to be in this river and end our trip when we're this close to the end of it? We're getting real scared.
We ran into the U.S. Coast Guard here, right near the end of the leg of our journey, and they're giving us a little heads up of what to expect downriver here.
Yeah, you guys just passed a river closure up there. They're doing some salvage operations, and you guys might hit some traffic going down, so just try to stick to the side, be a little careful.
Okay.
And good luck.
Right on, man. Sweet, that's awesome.
All right.
You guys have a good one.
Be safe.
Thank you.
Yeah, right on, guys. Thanks for the heads up.
All right.
They were just worried about us. They came out of general concern, and I mean, it's their job to protect the waterways and everybody on it. So they came out to ask us what we're doing, and do we need a hand, and to just generally check up on us, make sure that we're prepared.
You know, they were really there to look out for us, make sure we got to the end of our expedition.
What's going on right now is we're drifting down the Mississippi River. We're on the final leg of our journey, just about to make it to New Orleans, but kind of have a deadline to meet, so we don't really have too much time for filming and for stopping to do other things. So everything that we're doing is in the boat.
Right now, the main thing that's going through my mind is that in a couple of days, we get to go inside and stay inside for a couple of days. You know, warm showers, different things for breakfast than pancakes, and especially different things for dinner than Spam and spaghetti sauce. I mean, I love this trip, but I'm pretty happy to see New Orleans coming.
The worst thing that could happen is that we miss our deadline. Our fathers would go back home because they both have plans and they can't really wait around for us. And then we'd be stranded in New Orleans with nothing to do and no way home.
Well, we're canoeing down the river, and all of a sudden we see this deer hop in the river.
Right up over here, Bry. Let me explain what's going on. We got a little buck across the river. This probably isn't nature friendly, but we caught him.
Hey, buddy.
Woo-hoo! Woo-hoo-hoo!
You don't see that every day.
You know, I expected to see a lot of fish in these waters, especially those Asian flying carp that we've heard so much about on the news that are taking over the Mississippi. But I never thought we'd see this.
You beat me right out, man.
Well, we actually saw the deer come in from the bank of the Mississippi, and I figured with the hoofs that a deer has, it can't be too fast in the water. So I got Bry to get the camera out, and I proceeded to just follow this thing as it crossed the entire Mississippi River. It swam the whole way across. So we paddled beside it to make sure it got to the other side okay.
An amazing experience, though. I mean, I've been close to deers in my life, but never ever close to a deer swimming in a river, especially a river with that kind of current. I mean, it's a miracle it made it across that river.
He didn't even look back. You gotta bob your head to get into it, man. Oh! I don't know if this canoe's high enough, man.
I don't know either.
Oh boy, it's a good thing that we weren't shipping out or asleep with all of our stuff, because we would have got pretty wet, I think. Or might have lost the canoe, who knows?
We have an ocean liner at 10 o'clock, a tow dead ahead, and a large V-shape boat about 6 o'clock. A lot of traffic on this river.
I guess it's kind of hard to realize that we're so close to there, and we've gone through everything, we've done everything, we've worked our hearts out to get here.
It is finally starting to sink in that that we actually accomplished this. I mean, it seems like, you know, decades ago that we came up with this idea and started planning, and it seems like years ago that we started this trip. But in reality, it's only been 6 months, and I mean, it's finally there. We finally did it, and I can't even describe how happy we are to be at this point, to be so close to the end.
Right on, man! Don't get too far out in the river. We ain't too far out in the river. And then he said, have a good one now. We left Natchez, Mississippi 7 days ago. We were under a tight deadline. We had to hit 40-mile days to make it there for the 7th. We actually ended up doing 50-mile days for a week straight. We're gonna show up tomorrow sometime around noon, just a little later, I think. A day early. Good thing everyone coming to meet us is a day early.
We had brought the Canadian flag since the beginning of the trip. We'd planned to fly it the entire way down, but after a couple of days of it blowing in the wind and getting in Bryans' face, we decided to pack it away. But after we met up with the Coast Guard, they had warned us about the dangers of being in the middle of the Mississippi River with some of these huge barges and huge ocean liners. And they said, you know what, guys, you got to do something to make yourself noticed.
I'm setting up a mast. Tomorrow, we must fly a flag. They say we should be more visible. so we're gonna put up a flag.
That's one cool flag.
How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling pretty good. How you feeling, bud?
I'm feeling pretty good.
These are the adventures of Brian and Brian, two lifelong friends who had a big plan. Take a canoe along the rivers and streams from Lethbridge, Alberta, all the way to New Orleans. Lethbridge, Alberta to New Orleans.
Final stretch, boys.
The Milk River definitely seems like years ago.
This is Brian Bryan, Formula Canoe does the bobsled run.
Ready, buddy? Yeah. Who's your way?
We're out here for a long time, so may as well make the best of it.
Everything was going just fine, and then Brian hurt his knee.
My knee ended up swelling up to almost the size of a grapefruit. Well, as you can see, we're beached in the middle of Milk River right now. We've been hauling the canoe for about 50 yards there.
It's beautiful out here.
We got to take days off here and there to go exploring the hillsides and the mountains. We've summited the Pinhorn Valley, it's called.
We saw what we thought was an old abandoned shack.
There was a thing that looked like blood in there. What the hell was that?
This is one creepy ass place.
I feel safer on the water.
This pickup truck comes rolling over the Badland Hills and he shouts from the truck, "Boys, no sudden movements. I'm coming in to check you out."
He saved us a good 10-mile hike from here into town.
The hardest part of this entire journey has just been wiped right off the map.
We're doing this huge portage, and now Brian's puking. I don't know if Brian can keep going. We make it around a bend, and out of nowhere, we see a big danger sign.
You're not going to believe this one. It's a dam.
It's starting to look like we're not going to have enough light, and we're going to have to start canoeing in the dark.
Midnight run, Formula Canoe style.
We ended up under a bridge.
It's not the Ritz-Carlton, eh?
We turn around, and all of our stuff's sinking.
Yeah, so I decided to go hot dog, and that didn't work out.
We have winds right now at about 30 miles an hour.
It's going to be pretty tricky to canoe in these waves, but we got no choice. We got to get moving.
It is unbelievable how much snow came down.
This is the stuff we live for. Going fast, buddy.
It looks like Alaska out there, but we're hitting the water.
We get to have fun sometimes and go canoeing through mazes of what used to be forest.
This Tornado Alley thing is, well, it's named appropriately, so we're gonna build a frickin' sail.
There's the wind. Oh yeah, buddy.
We rode the rapids backwards because we decided it was one thing that neither of us had ever done in a canoe.
Kansas City, man.
There's frickin' snow sticking to my beard. We're in a goddamn blizzard.
Packing up, getting ready to go, and all of a sudden a Jeep pulls up.
You let me test drive it for the day. You want to go to a basketball game? You're throwing in free tickets.
So we went to a basketball game.
This is insane. What's this now?
So we're having such a great time, and this cop stops me.
Go ahead and skip past the folks.
What are you doing in my Jeep, man?
Jess, don't screw around, man. If I fall in, I'm dead.
We wake up this morning and everything's frozen. Even our canoe's frozen in.
I'm gonna go out and test that I could walk it alone, and then we're gonna take the canoe out. I think it's good, Bri.
I've heard of going with the flow before, but this is ridiculous.
Definitely the most dangerous scenario we've been in.
Holy shit.
What we're about to do right now is maybe a little bit stupid.
I don't really know what possessed me to do this. I went out and fell through the ice.
He's a crazy son of a bitch.
Definitely shrinkage.
See that behind me? Right there? That's the Mississippi River.
It's pretty exciting to be in St. Louis. I really want to see this arch in person.
Let's see if I can film the arch. Oh yeah. This is the Ohio-Mississippi River confluence.
The Mississippi is one of the most dangerous rivers in the world.
Up until now, the Mississippi River's been really wide. It's about to get a lot wider.
So we decided to take a shortcut, and sure enough, we run into some serious rapids.
J-stroke, Y-stroke, hard as you go. From Milk River down to the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, 3,000 miles, it's as hard as it seems. We're paddling all the way down to New Orleans.
Brian amazed me. To stick with this the entire 6 months, I mean, I'm proud to say that's my best buddy.
Two of me's would have killed each other, and two of Brian's would have still been in Milk River, so it took the two opposite Bryans to get this thing done.
Hey, you guys couldn't find a little deeper water or what?
when we rounded the last bend on the Mississippi River, and we saw our fathers and our friends standing out on the edge of the water, right by Jackson Square, flying a big Canadian flag, it felt great. We kind of took it in.
Words can't describe what's going through our heads right now. It's too much, man. We did it, and holy shit.
We used this trip as an excuse to get away from work for 6 months, and now it's all over. And what am I supposed to do? Am I really supposed to go back to bartending? I don't know if I can do that.
It's definitely bittersweet because, you know, I want to keep going, but on the other hand, I can't wait to go home and brag about what we just did. Cheers, bro. Cheers, man. All good things have to come to an end, but this is definitely not it. The end is not here until I can't paddle anymore. Number 2 is coming up soon. We're gonna paddle the world, baby.
They paddle past bridges, they paddle past towns. They get out in portage when they can't paddle around. The river will take them around the next bend. They get up each morning to paddle again. Get up each morning and paddle again. J-stroke, Y-stroke, hard as you go. From Milk River down to the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, 3,000 miles, it's as hard as the sea.